while stranger things have happened.
All right, then. Let's head there right away. Hello.
You bloody fool!
This heat is insufferable.
Say there.
I'm chuffed. Right.
Ready?
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official. I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no, as a lone citizen watching over the future of our country. Woo! Live free, Crier! Fight the... Very good! The Day of Judgment is here. The final fight between Luis. The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show.
Your Highness, you can win! Give Luis the...
Count Luis! Count!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the work.
Oh, there's no way he'd run away from this. Whoa, over there! It's Luis's gauntlet runner! And so the leading candidate finally...
Luis.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again. Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits. Quelling domestic conflicts, suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name... Then we have the Elden candidate. He who claimed, though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, the time has come to demonstrate...
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run. This all began with the king's failings. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed. You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
The right of bloodline.
You would cling to these petty traditions. The answer is power. Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
Power! My Lord Luis, kill him now! Only the strong can rule!
Your Highness, show us your power!
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
We have only one thing to say. Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you slain. Hear this! Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal. Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
If your equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then I deny your world!
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words. Come then, and act your part in this showdown.
The time has come! We're finishing this! Here and now!
Run them through!
Just give me something to get away.
Swordbuster! Let's go!
You stand.
Summoner!
Is there another way?
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Lend me your strength.
'Tis yours.
I'm counting on you.
Is that all?
Not good!
Come!
No.
Let us fight as one!
All right, let's go!
Burst forth! Hulkenberg's ploy exposed
There is no
a new
escape from
weakness.
me.
I call upon royal power within!
Strike true!
Let's do this!
Right on target! Nice one, Stroll!
Good. Very good. However... Magnificent! You truly have become more powerful. But I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind. You're a survivor of a lost tribe, aren't you?
Humankind?
Because he's elder, you would call him a monster!
You should know the truth by now. After all that time I allowed you to spend on that pagan island. History, as told by the Sanctus Church, is a fiction. No doubt you saw all the evidence of a truer history. One that told of ancient times where the land was ruled by a far different people.
You mean the legends according to the murals and ruins from the temple?
Yufa! Don't humor him!
But if that war between gods truly did come to pass...
Gods? How droll. They may have governed all things with works far beyond ours, but they were no gods. They were an ancient tribe unlike any other race now lost. Wielders of true magic. The modern age saw them called Elder, shunned from our cities. But in their time, they were known as humankind.
I thought humans were those mad monsters. What are you trying to say now?
Luis, you dog!
Your lies will soil His Highness's name no longer!
You believe it false? What would I stand to gain from lies?
Elder are actually humankind? Why wouldn't I know that?
Hear me! His appearance as a boy is mere trickery. In truth, he is humankind. He is kin to the feral monstrosities that roam this land, leaving carnage in their wake.
He doesn't know when to give up! No one would believe this madness!
No need to distress yourself. I'll show you the proof. You, boy, who call yourself the Prince. You will be the cornerstone upon which my utopia is built.
Utopia?
What's happening?
What is him?
Witness the truth! Good people, you would know the identity of your would-be prince. Here he is!
Human? This can't be.
The truth of the humans is laid bare. They're no beasts, but another form of the Elder Tribe. Cast aside their guise with magic, and they reveal their true colors. He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
It's not true! It has to be one of the Count's illusions!
What illusion? That's no prince! It's a monster! It'll kill us all! Run!
What has become of him?
It must be Luis's wicked magic. Yet, the Order of Magla, it's exactly like a human's.
He's not!
He's a human.
Hey! Snap out of it! You have to stop this! Ah!
Afraid. Be not afraid, child. 'Tis not thy true self. 'Tis not thy true fate. In this moment, thy mind is disturbed, twisted by the power of that man. The time has come. Thou must
What's that about?
remember again thy true self, the purpose of thy birth.
An ideal world. Even if reality crushes everything I believe in, even if my ideals languish, I know I can trust you to see them through. It's always been that way. Whenever my life's been the hardest, you are always there to help me through it. After all, you're mine.
Wake up! Wake up!
Are you well?
Yeah, I think so.
Phew. You seem coherent, at least. We saw you take on a... You had vast reserves of magic poured into you. It was... He may be back with us, but without rest, he will surely succumb to the spell. I will not let you die.
It would appear the throne is now mine in every sense. Your vengeance is at hand. Will you not finally slay the monster?
Shut up!
Unfortunately, the prince is finished eating.
The true prince?
Bloody hell! Is that why he called us here?
Your part in this has ended. Go where you wish, but I advise you run fast if you would outpace your hunter.
Seize the monster! I don't care if you have to kill it!
Attention now. How could you deceive us?
I knew all along that filthy lowborn was hiding.
We retreat to our gauntlet runner. We must find him safe haven to run.
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this mess. We've...
Gallica, we've only got one option now. I know. We'll head to my home, and the prince's refuge, the Elden Sanctum.
Count Luis has saved the country! He has driven off the human...
Count Luis is our...
Sounds like we've got our next king then.
Might as well fall in with him. You'll keep...
They'll be all right. That boy is no monster.
Luis! What the hell did...
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he has...
Why?
was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the gauntlet runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses. What more can they endure? There is no light to be seen.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while.
No.
Luis's final words trouble me.
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand. The name of this place is familiar only to the ancient Elden Sanctum.
Can you walk, lad?
That's a relief. Seems like...
Poor chap's even gotten me.
Hey. My mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you. Forgive me. I should have recognized Luis's drivel for what it was.
I don't blame you.
And here's hoping there can be no...
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here...
I can sense a special barrier in place.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the fog...
No. I checked a bunch of times in the gauntlet.
Hurry and lead...
Right. Everyone stay... Huh? This... Who are you?
Are you all right?
The royal flower? A surprise to see the...
Something about this place. It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The magla in the air seems to be concentrated.
Gallica, something the matter?
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird... Anyway, let's...
So here you are at last.
How odd. This place is clearly in ruin.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up.
But why?
Thinking back now. It may have been...
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form.
They're not! Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why?
Yes. What?
He draws no breath. Like...
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with.
Gallica, the cave...
Yes.
Then we move.
I don't like this.
All right, then.
Russell?
Huh? My word.
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one. By the heaven.
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy.
Russell, where is His Highness?
A few days ago, those I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It happened before we could fathom it. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse is lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw her. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we...
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers...
Who was responsible?
I don't know who the murderer was. From the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the Prince's eyes...
An innocent boy. Twice tormented in the clutches of assassins.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't...
Please, Russell.
We've laid him in the prayer room for now.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I must go to him.
You're right.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate. 'Tis just as St. Rella said. You're no scoundrel. Strange. There's something in you
Something wrong?
No. Well, I will go before you.
You going to stay here?
No. I must...
I'm a little worried.
It's nearly time. Long have I waited. You must hurry. The time has come. All was for this day. There is still time.
This way.
No. Your Highness.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Huh?
Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Gruide.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruide.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince.
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body, even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man, he is still Her Majesty's son.
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's...
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But the village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And but you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince. You there, boy. Are you...
Is something amiss, Milady Gruede? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with him.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our
Hurry.
Hey.
The time has... Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret... Now, remember thy path thus far. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
This voice...
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinct. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt. Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Luis, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou...
It was all a mistake.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince...
Is no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
He's not dead.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. So from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art...
I'm the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? To name but a few. Thy parents? Memories of thy youth? Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the...
I don't have a...
As I said, thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the resistance laid their hopes upon. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. Nay, the words of the prince in thy memory are the memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust. All thy trials, all thy experiences, wert to prepare thee for this day, to share the strength thou hast gained.
Do you mean...
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced.
Is that right?
So I bid thee answer my final question.
I am.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be?
Hey! What awaits us?
Hark, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession. Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. Time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
What? What is this?
What's happened?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And
who are you? Wait.
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. The boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memory, a memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone.
No, that can't be.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message? This is your mission. For all.
No!
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, as he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength. It is only by thy efforts that he has now been saved. And so,
What?
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose.
How do we make sense?
Is it really you? How? I mean...
I feel a bit lighter.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself.
Everyone?
So let me get this straight. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied...
Then that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
I see. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had. What shaped you, so to speak, was a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material magla, much like
a mass of magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for
the self, as a manifestation of one's desires.
You mean to say that it was not merely pretense to claim the...
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege.
But I failed.
No. I am sure the strength of...
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness? Please, please forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you when you needed me most. And more, despite being a member of your royal guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He's right, you know. If we'd not met you,
This time, I will.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really...
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
You can just keep,
No, Your Highness!
This is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets...
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bench...
well, that...
So much for acting same as always.
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but after so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling. He is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent...
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but
a journey to discover and reclaim this... No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince and...
Even having it all explained like this,
I can only guess that...
That's right. I remember. I heard a voice. Guide him. It's...
A voice?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably... I shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason, I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too.
A voice? Lady Gruade mentioned a revelation.
I know someone was guiding me.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
I have a faint idea.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this... Does this mean that we've been
Perhaps someone has been at your side, unseen. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. You have come to the end of your arduous journey, and found new life.
Chiefess Gruade, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elder? We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar.